In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys what I call moron outreach. And most of you guys probably know my story, how I went from being a 15-year-old druggie to scaling an agency to $36,000 a month at 16 years old in 96 days. But what most of you guys probably don't know is that I got 14 clients in my first 18 days in business. And guess what? It was not random. It's because I had a very good strategy in place that made that kind of success inevitable. And so in this video, whether you're the biggest moron in the world or the biggest idiot or whatever, I'm gonna be giving you guys the words that you can copy and paste into your agency to start having immediate success. And all I ask of you is to not let your dopamine receptors blow up and start scrolling through the comments and clicking off, but just watch the next 5 minutes of this video. And I promise you, your agency will change forever. So there's two parts to this strategy. The first one is cold calling. And the thing about it is that you've probably heard of cold calling, but it's not about the strategy. It's about how you do it. It's about the script and the process you have in place. So I'm going to share you guys right here, the one that I used. Extremely simple. The entire script is one page that allowed me as a complete beginner to get all those clients. And then the second part of this process is how to get those people that you actually book to show up to the sales call, because a lot of people have tons of trouble with that. And I've consistently had a 75% show up rate with cold calling across the board. And so I'm going to show you guys how I've done both of those things. So this entire script is literally one page. It's extremely simple, and I separate it into three parts, right? First of all, we have to elicit a response and actually get them engaged into a conversation. So how we do that is we're like, hey, John. They'll be like, yeah. Who is this? And you introduce yourself. Awesome. This is just Andres. I'm going to be honest. We've never spoken. Can I quickly explain why I'm calling? Every time they'll be like, yeah. Right? And then you basically summarize your offer super quickly. We're working with a couple XYZ niche in Texas or whatever area they are in to get on average around like 5 extra clients over the course of 30 days without a pain point. So that could be like without paid ads, right? And so that's just like another thing that makes it more shiny. And then you're like, now I came across your business and I wasn't sure if this would be for you, but I'm curious, how long have you been in the industry? Or how long have you been a personal trainer, right? And so all you're doing here is you're eliciting a response, starting the conversation so that you can actually get into that process of finding their problem and then booking them, right? So part two, again, find their problem. And so this is the easiest damn way to do it. It's extremely simple, right? So first of all, we're like, awesome. So you've had time to like find your groove then. And I guess like for getting clients, so like, are you referral based, or like, do you have someone in house, or what are you doing? Right? And then from there, they'll tell you, oh, we're using XYZ, we're using referrals, social media, whatever it is. And you're very simple. You're just like, how's that going? They'll be like, oh, it's going good or it's going bad, right? They say it's going good. Sweet. What do you like most about it? Right? Every other sales guy tries to find the problem. So we're being different than everyone else. We're like, what do you like about it? They're like, oh, I like this. I like this. I like this. And then you're like, awesome. Well, I guess like from that perspective, like it sounds like things are going pretty well. And I guess like if you could like snap your fingers and like make one thing even better about like kind of the process you have in place now, or maybe like the results it's giving, like I guess like what would that be? And they'll be like, oh, it's going to be XYZ, right? Like, oh, I would want to get more clients, or I want this, or I want higher quality leads. And they'll kind of tell you whatever it is here, right? And then you go a little bit further into that. How do you mean by that? Right? If they say it's bad, you just find out what's bad about it, right? And then again, you ask the question, how do you mean by that? And that just goes a little bit deeper. And that builds rapport once you actually find their problem, because it makes them feel understood and not like you're just trying to sell them whatever, right? And so after you've gone through that, step 3 is to book the call. Again, super simple, super short script, right? And so from here, we basically summarize our offer. We just get the idea of getting more clients or making more money in their head. Just they're like, oh, like I need more clients, right? We're just getting it in their head. And so we're like, well, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, like we get personal trainers on average, like 5 or 6 extra clients every like 30 days without paid ads or anything like that. Now to be very forward, right, John? Like I don't know enough about you to say for sure if you're really someone we could even help. But let's say we could get you those 5 or 6 clients in 30 days, and like you believe that we could. Like I guess would that be worth 5 minutes to explore how? Right? Every single time they'll say yes. If you don't sound like a moron, you sound like at least a little bit respectable and like you know what you're talking about, they're gonna say yes, right? And then from there, you just book them in. Great, would Monday or Tuesday work better for you? Oh, Monday, okay. Are you like a morning guy or afternoon guy? Oh, afternoons, okay, like what time would work best for you? Like 6 p.m., 7 p.m.? Yeah, great, book it in, ask for their email, book it in, right? Super simple. It's one page. And the best part about it is that you can just practice this one page over and over and over and over again because it's so repeatable on every single call. You can just get very, very good at it and it will serve you forever. I've used this exact same script in every business I've started that I've done cold calling and just changed it up for the offer and for the niche. So as long as you're not a complete fucking donut and you just copy and paste these words onto a couple cold calls, you're gonna get appointments. It's literally impossible not to. But this is where everybody goes wrong. This is where everyone fails. And it's that once you get those appointments, you need to make them show up, right? And so with these two things I'm about to give you, it'll take you literally 90 seconds to learn and implement, and it'll allow your show up rate to be 75% across the board because that's what it's been for me. So here are the only two things you have to do. Number one, after you book an appointment, say this word for word. And John, I hate to ask this. I don't think it'll be a problem for you. You seem pretty honest. But is there any reason you might not be able to make it to our meeting at 9 a.m.? Just so I can be aware. And every time they'll either say, oh, like this might come up, like I might have to pick up my kids or whatever, and then you just get that out of the way. Or they'll be like, no, I can make it, right? And what that does is it creates a commitment in their mind that makes them that much more likely to show up, as well as you're labeling them as an honest person. And so in their mind, they want to stay congruent to that. They want to keep on being honest and genuine. And so they're that much more likely to show up to the call. And I promise you, it sounds like some fucking astrophysics BS or whatever, but it works. I promise you, right? Number two, after you get that confirmation, that agreement to that, just say this. Okay, sweet. And just to kind of keep you in the loop, I've got to go. I have another meeting with a client right now, but right after this call, I'll send over a short 2-minute video just to your messages, kind of going over more of what we do. And you can give that a watch whenever you have some time in like the next day or whatever. And by the way, if anything comes up or you see the video and it doesn't sound interesting to you, whatever, just text me and we can cancel the meeting. Literally no problem. How does that sound? And every time they're going to say yes, right? And just to give you guys some free game, I would pre-make a 2-minute video that you send to all of these people for these calls. And all it is literally just you talking about your guarantee, you talking about your offer and your unique selling point. So the entire video is just designed to make them even more interested in your service without you actually giving away like the details of what you do, right? And so at this point, if you get that extra confirmation and you get them even more interested in the service, that's what will allow you to get a consistent 75% cold calling show up rate. And you could even tweak around this method of getting a higher show up rate and even use it in other acquisition channels as well. And if you didn't notice my email Gaji drawing, well, first of all, you're fucking blind. It's right there. Number two, I'm starting a new thing where in every video I'm going to be drawing somebody new. So let me know, who should I draw in the next video?